Yeah, you're gonna go ahead and just commandeer the score. That's the second error of the game for Battle. Medley's on at second base with one out, and now Jordan Dixon, who was 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored, steps in for the Cats. The next baseball game broadcast for us will be May 1st. It's Tuesday, May 1st, as the Cats host Graham in a Southwest District tilt, so not long off.
Tuesday.
Just a week and a day.
Are you
next
good on
Tuesday. Yeah, my semester ends this week,
okay.
Mark.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go. Universal day off. Yeah, we'll be there for that one. But we could possibly have a couple of softball games in between, so just stay tuned on Twitter at VHS Bearcat Radio or on Facebook.
We're open to new segments. That's what I've got out of this broadcast today.
Counts 2-0 to Dixon. And now they'll call time and Stat Eye out to talk to Witt.
The dad joke segment did not take off like I anticipated.
Also, Trey Childress is in left field for Battle. He was out there the last half inning as well, so we didn't catch that at the time. So Childress in left for John Battle. He came in for the pitcher, Garrett Bowman, whenever he exited the ball game back in the third. 2-0 count as Dixon takes outside for a ball, and it's 3-0. Runner at second. They're going to throw behind, but nobody was at the bag. Lucky to even get that down, get the ball back instead of keeping it from going into center field.
Yeah, you got lucky there.
So a 3-0 count to Dixon. Zach Griffith waiting on deck, and
something got miscommunicated somewhere.
Medley was already looking to go to third, is trying to stretch a lead over there at second here. 3-0 count on the way. Missed high ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Jordan Dixon.
If anybody can take third base, it would be the guy standing on second right now.
Very true. That is the first walk issued tonight by Witt, the third by Battle. It's a lot different than the last game we saw here. Richlands walked and hit about everybody on our roster.
The police called for a minor.
That was definitely one of the top quotes made this year. I'm not even bragging on myself. Mark brought it up, right?
Well.
They hit 5 of our batters.
I'll have to give you a little love.
To do.
Yeah.
0-1 count to Griffith. Runners at first and second, and Griffith has had a ball game. 3 for 3 with 3 singles and 2 runs scored for the Cats. 5-1 they lead as this one misses outside.
Whoa, called a strike there. It was in the other batter's box.
Never mind, he did call it a strike. That is amazing.
How in the world?
That ball hit in the dirt of the left-handed batter's box. No lie. And Griffith is a right-handed batter. That would have hit him if he was on the other side, and they called it a strike. 0-2 count.
That was wow.
Don't watch this one. And he does. And that one was a lot closer. That was supposedly missed. That was on the black around elbow high, and it got called a ball, 1-2.
You've got to be kidding me. Wowzers.
He's got reservations down on the
oh, my goodness.
That one outside. 2-2 on the breaking pitch. Where would he have reservations at this hour? Is there any place in Bristol that you could?
McDonald's.
I could have run him a bag, a couple of hamburgers out here. I stopped there all the way down, and it's the 2-2 count. This one swinging. Do you blame him as this one goes over toward the first base side? Arnold makes the grab against the fence and makes the grab. You can't really get mad at Griffith for swinging at it.
You have to.
That'll go as a pop out.
I'd be pretty ticked off, too,
territory.
if I was Griffith. He could have had a 3-1 count as opposed to having to battle on a 2-2.
And he made it bad of it after even that pitch 3 pitches ago. Is now Justin Lewis to the plate with 2 down, runners at first and second. That was odd there. I've not seen a strike call that far outside.
Since Little League, maybe.
And there's another breaking pitch, but that's a good one on the corner for a strike, 0-1. Well, he's got that I want to get home or get out of here kind of thing. You know, you're kind of seeing the finish line at this point. If you're the umpire, I guess.
Well.
0-1 count. This one outside.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a straight fastball, a good half a foot off the plate. It got called a strike.
I'll say this. If John Battle comes back next inning, I'll be pretty frustrated.
0-2 count. This one outside, breaking ball. That's the same spot as before, but didn't get the call, and it's 1-2. We're not just we're not complaining. We're just
observing, Dylan. We're not here to complain. We're here to tell the story.
Yeah. 1.
And you had
2,
to.
and
You had to.
Outside and low, but he had to swing at it because where is the strike zone at this point?
Mark Daniels not even making eye contact.
That's pretty. That's unique. No runs in the inning for the Cats. No hits, 1 error, and 1 walk. Leave 2 on base as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Cats 3 outs away from clinching it. They lead 5-1 here on Bearcat Radio.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and in '09 it was me, your fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when one of my embers landed on dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Follow Bearcat Radio on Twitter with the handle @VHS Bearcat Radio and on Facebook by searching Bearcat Radio for the upcoming broadcast schedule and shows on the flagship stream of Virginia High School Athletics.
Top of the 7th inning, and the Cats lead it 5-1. Last chance for John Battle here in this crosstown rivalry matchup between 2 teams that were both predicted to finish second in their respective districts. Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Cats looking for their 5th straight win. They're 3 outs away from doing so. They'll face 9-1-2. Stat-Eye, Mumpower, and Deal, and a breaking pitch outside, and it's a called strike, 0-1. Trojan fans trying to get a rally going. It is a well-attended game for a cool Monday afternoon.
Yeah, but like we talked before, the Bristolians kind of get up for this game.
1-1 as that one goes to the backstop. Griffith still on the mound. This will be his 4th inning of work. Actually, 3rd inning of work. He's only allowed 1 hit to this point. Only 5 on the afternoon for Battle as wave through strike, tried to hold up, but he went around, and it's 1-2. Stat-Eye 0 for 2 on the day out of the 9 spot for Battle. Here's a pitch outside.
Yeah, it had to be.
And they called it a strike on the outside corner. That's that extended strike zone for strike 3. Looking. That's 10 strikeouts now. Boy, you throw that any other time, it's ball. 1, ball 2, ball 3, ball 4. But tonight it's out there, isn't it? I've not seen a strike zone that far. I've seen some extensions here and there, but it's consistently like theirs. It's a breaking ball, 0-1.
I swear you could throw it in the first base dugout and be a strike.
I'm not. You would almost have to have 2 bats glued together to hit some of these. Unless you're like on top of the plate.
Unless you have like one of those long boat oars.
Yeah, it's 1-1 as that one missed. Griffith winds and fires.
On the bright side, it's consistent.
This one missed outside. 2-1. This one roped foul. 2-2. So we're back to the top of the order here with Mumpower. 1 down, nobody on. Cats leading 5-1 over the Trojans. This one reached for and fouled back, 2-2. Do you blame him? He's like full lean, fouled that one off.
Like I said, I don't think you have an option at this point.
Griffith winds. Chopper towards the 6 hole, coming over is Haas, throws across in time and got him. What a play. Justin Lewis using the glove. What a dig.
Something crazy there.
Haas
by
came
the
over. It looked like he was going to let Bradley have a go at it. Bradley was a little late charging it, so Haas just grabbed it and threw it over barely in time. It was a bang-bang play.
He said, might as well.
I'll take it. I'll handle this.
Just
2 down.
You just chill back there in your little hole, shortstop.
5-3 on the putout. And now Isaac Deal to the plate. He's 2 for 3. 2 singles and a pop-out. Ground ball up the middle should do it as it's fielded by Griffith. He winds and fires across in time for the out. And it goes 1-3 on the putout. And the ball game is over. Cats win it 5-1. 5 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. And for Battle, 1 run on 5 hits and 2 errors. So 5 straight wins for the Bearcats in the process, and they win first game against Battle on the season. As this is 2 teams that will definitely probably make a push into the playoffs. So
there's no doubt they'll probably meet again at some point.
What about the Bearcats? What have you seen? We talked to Coach Daniels pregame, but what are you seeing out of this team?
Man, I think the best part about this team thus far is how the pitching's turned around. I know you threw your 1 and 2 tonight, but great job by them to come up big. Gave up 1 run, 5 hits, and something you've seen is more consistency out of the bats for the Bearcats. I know the one big error in I believe the 3rd inning was kind of what pushed the issue to get us some more runs on the board, but you saw a lot more consistency out of the bats. Great base running tonight, more aggressive at the dish. Just a lot more confidence out of this team.
And we're seeing these guys really figure out where they need to be in the lineup, what their jobs are. And they had good, consistent at-bats. A couple of good extra base hacks, especially in that 3rd inning after a slow start to come out and do what they did. And Battle just really unable to answer after putting a run on the board in the 1st and trying to take some momentum early. Just couldn't turn that
early.
Into
it seemed like this game could get out of hand fairly quickly, and but Virginia High just seemed to wake up after the inning where they left ducks on the pond, but woke up in the 3rd inning, put 3 on the board, and Battle's pitchers just seemed fairly rattled throughout the course of the game after the first 2 innings. We talked about how the double really kind of set off John Battle's first pitcher in Bowman, and after that kind of put 3 on the board, ran him off the hill, and then you had Witt come on, and he did a fairly good job, gave up 2 runs over the course of 3 innings. Of course, you didn't have to play the last frame being the home team, but just a good job by the Bearcats tonight to get it down at the dish.
And you see Jordan Dixon and Zach Griffith combine to allow just 1 run. Dixon went 4 innings, that is. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Dixon went 4 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. Walked 2 and struck out 7, while Zach Griffith went 3 innings, gave up a hit, no runs, walked 1 and struck out 3. So 10 combined strikeouts for the pitching staff. The bats were going. It was all in all a good afternoon. We were lucky to get a game in the way the weather's been. So anytime you can get a game in and plus get a win, get to put one over in the left side of the column, definitely makes things a lot better for you in the long run, and especially when you are rolling now with 5 straight wins on the season. Mark, if you had to give a player of the game real quick, just looking down at my notes here, who would you give the player of the game to?
Probably Zach Griffith. He had a really good chance to be 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 tonight. Had a couple really bad strike calls, and when I say bad strike calls, it hit the other batter's box. 3 for 3, 2 runs for him tonight, 3 singles. Great job by him. And he on the hill, too. He had through 3 innings, only gave up 1 hit, no runs, and only walked 1 with 3 Ks on his side of the bump tonight. You had that little competition with him and Dixon going well, and Dixon threw a great game as well. 7 strikeouts for him, only gave up 1 run. Great job by both of those guys tonight, but Griffith was just so dominant on both sides of the plate that you have to give it to him.
And the Bearcats move for the first time this year to over 500. They're 6-5 now on the season.
Yeah, and baseball, it's kind of the magic number. If you're over 500, you're playing pretty good baseball.
Especially at the start with that tough schedule, seeing this team.
This reminds me so much of the girls' basketball season. Just kind of started out so slow, playing really hard opponents, and just kind of finding your groove and hitting it at the right time. And they're doing just that here in Bristol.
Yeah, it's one of those, maybe another one of those seasons where we go on a run. And this team's definitely playing with a lot of confidence. They'll play again, I think, on Thursday afternoon again at Lebanon. Then they play on the 30th at Tennessee High before they come back home on the 1st of May and host Graham. They actually have 3 straight home games in that stretch. They host Graham, Marion, and Tazewell the 1st of May, 3rd of May, and the 8th of May. So we'll be broadcasting all 3 of those. We hope you can tune into those. Again, the softball schedule, we're still trying to figure out what we're going to be broadcasting, but just stay tuned on social media at VHS Bearcat Radio on Twitter and also Bearcat Radio.